I promise, it's the smoke from getting in my eyes. It's not because of how bad the haunt was.
Yeah. What is going on, Haunt Nation? I'm Ant.
T.
And we are going to do a review of the Santa's Sleigh
At
Brighton Asylum.
Yeah, if you could already tell if I was going to review this cigar, I'd fucking...
So today we are smoking La Gloria Cubana Series R Blacks.
Fucking
Which
hell, man.
I love. Series
Goddamn.
R. Fucking tired. So before we get started, I'm going to give a shout out to my man over here, my man T, for getting me this fantastic Second Amendment friendly t-shirt.
All faster than 911, y'all. Shout out to the Hodge twins.
Absolutely. Officialhodgetwins.com, right? That's where you got the merch.
Yep.
Cool dudes.
Cool, patriotic freaking dudes.
And decent merch.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very good quality t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to what I'm wearing to the gym and whatever. Dude, form fits friggin' everything.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
he is. Anyway.
Admitted.
So, on with the show.
Or, as a shout out to the Hodge twins, we got a damn good show. damn good show. And it was a damn good haunt.
Absolutely it was.
Yep. So, again, around this time, we didn't know what was going to happen because of the whole China virus situation, but Brighton Asylum still managed to put on their Santa sleigh this weekend and next weekend. They're doing one more weekend.
Right. So, I mean, just for those of you not in the know, this past Friday and Saturday, the 11th and 12th,
right?
They had Santa's sleigh open at Brighton Asylum, 2 Brighton Avenue.
Yep.
Passaic, New Jersey. There are a few open, a few not. I think Field of Screams had their one night only kind of thing last night. I just recently saw that Scare House is not doing anything. I think they had openings, Scare House in Pittsburgh. So
I don't think
governor
they did anything Halloween, right?
I think they were gonna, or I think they did like a night, but the governor shut down Pennsylvania. Starting on the 11th, I think, right?
Yeah, because
the 12th.
Because it worked so fucking well, when we did it the first time.
Pennsylvania shut down. New York is pretty much shut down. Jersey, most likely, is going to follow really soon.
Right.
Because, when one does it, the rest of them have to keep up.
All click the heels and follows.
Right. Gotta follow one.
Yeah.
So Jersey may be closing. So tentatively, as of right now, Brighton Asylum is going to be open next weekend, the 18th, 19th, or 19th, 20th, I don't know.
Right.
The Friday, Saturday, for their other 2 days of their Santa's Sleigh event. I'm happy that they have 2 weekends open because I cannot do every other weekend.
Right.
Prior commitments. But they are open next weekend as of right now. The prices aren't bad, and as we put on the Instagram page yesterday, really excited. They had both floors open.
2 floors.
2 floors.
Not just 1 floor, but 2 floors.
Yeah, so previous years they'd only had the bottom floor open.
Right.
For either the Valentine's event or the Christmas event. So
right.
Still good, but more excited. So let's start with the basics. They're free parking on site.
Yep.
Tickets were actually not that expensive. They were like $30.
Yeah, and we did the Black Friday. We got a Black Friday special too.
Yeah, so we wound up paying a little less than $30 with taxes and fees and all that shit. Tickets are online tickets.
Yep.
I think they had the box office open yesterday as
well. They did.
So, I mean, you could have just walked up.
Probably walked up and paid cash.
But, times may be limited, because of COVID.
Right.
Masks are a necessity.
Right. And last night was a pretty shitty night to wait outside. It was just, just damp, misting. It just was a shitty night to wait outside.
Yeah, not the fault of the proprietors.
No, absolutely not.
But just of note, it is wintertime. So there was actually, I was really surprised before I get to my surprise, they didn't have their merch house was not there. Their museum was not there. And we come to find
wasn't there.
Right. So we come to find out. No, I think the Axe Throne was there. No?
No. It's still considered a pop-up.
Really?
Yeah, that's what those 2 knuckleheads were complaining about when we were talking.
The ones that had tickets from October that, for whatever reason, didn't show up and think they should be able to use them. No,
of course.
That
makes sense.
That makes sense. Perfect sense. But come to find out that, just not allowed.
Yeah.
right
score
now.
one for town permits, just not allowing them to do it, and they're reasonably big structures that you can't just put up in 10 minutes and take down.
No.
Like it's
going to take.
It's going to take a while.
It's going to take a day.
So
little disappointed with that because I did want to actually see the merch house.
yeah,
We saw the museum, or what was
turning into
the museum. Wanted to see the merch house, see what kind of merch they had.
Right.
Unfortunately, didn't see any merch at all. So,
right.
But that's a little thing.
Right.
So yeah, the ticket prices were very reasonable, I thought.
Absolutely.
No queue outside at all. Which last time I went, there was a
long queue.
Yeah, I was outside for a good half hour.
But
waiting.
we also didn't have the social distortion apparatuses we had to wear, and I think a lot more people.
Oh, you mean the social conditioning mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of wearing mine for the beginning of the
video
today, but I was like, fuck it.
So, and then this video would take a completely different turn.
Yeah. Oh, it already started going that
Oh,
way.
yeah, I know.
We had to pull it back.
You got to pull it back.
Yeah,
pull back on the reins. We still want to be allowed on Facebook.
Right.
That's right.
And this is not a political show.
But certain people are going to dive on every single fucking word to try and turn something into it.
Absolutely.
But we know our fans are cool as fuck.
Yes.
So
all 6 of you.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, the one disappointment I had, they actually funneled us through the old section.
Mm-hmm. Like the original 2 years ago.
Right.
Intro
2 years
to
ago,
Halloween
where you sat in a group of 10 or 12 or whatever in the room, and then they
right,
did
right.
all that stuff, and then they funneled you into the regular line.
Right.
It was that little intro to the haunt.
Right.
With the hallway leading down to it and everything. Really beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful, yeah.
Set up for Christmas lights and everything, Christmas themes,
mm-hmm.
Christmas music throughout the whole haunt.
Yeah, which really added a creepy ambiance, like real creep factor to hearing the happy Christmas music. So it was a really good touch.
Yeah, that old Christmas music, and then that old like 1920s kind of music too in certain places.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely lent to the ambiance.
Yeah.
So as we were saying, my one disappointment was that we went through that way, but we never hit the beginning. What was the intro? What I consider almost the intro to Brighton, which is
before you
really
get to the
large.
Brighton facade. Yeah.
But it's really large. It's
not,
yeah. It's not like the 13th Hour has the intro, and then you have the walkthrough
before
area
you get to the
main
Hayden
door
house,
of the house, the Hayden house, and that's cool and well done, but it's very short.
Right.
But Brighton, before you get to the asylum proper,
oh yeah,
it's a sizable haunt.
Yeah, and as not to spoil anything like most other reviewers do.
Yeah.
What Ant's talking about is this past Halloween there was a really, really fucking cool new addition to the intro, before the queue.
And I was really looking forward to seeing that again.
Yeah, and it was really badass.
And we didn't.
Yeah.
So basically once we got off the only line we saw was really indoors, and it really wasn't long. There were maybe 4 groups ahead of us,
and they actually had boxes on the floor for the distance.
For your group.
Yeah, for your group. So
to maintain
total
that social distance.
Right. Total complacency.
Complacency.
Compliance. There you go. Total compliance.
Complacency is what we saw at Field of Screams. So
there you go.
They just herded us in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like cattle to slaughter.
Right.
So yeah, total compliance. But we basically walked in and started at the asylum proper.
Right.
Which, was a little bit disappointing, but still, we started at the asylum proper. That's a huge haunt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. And I knew that we were going to be able to go to the second floor too, so it didn't really. Yeah, it wasn't too much of a disappointment.
We found that out early, and for those of you who didn't see the Instagram video or the video on Facebook that we did, that little short before the haunt kind of thing, we did 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because after the first one, we found out that the second floor was open, and we were going to get both floors. So
yeah.
That was exciting.
Enough to be happy.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah. Line creepers, always fucking great.
Yep.
They were really doing their thing. They were doing their thing well.
Yep. Shout out to Frankie again.
Always in character, always on point, always having fun.
Yeah. Even when we're talking to him and we're hanging out with him.
Yep.
Completely
Still in
stays in character.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant. And yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought.
Santa's Little Helper. I don't know what that guy's name is,
But he's fucking awesome. He's always in
always
character.
great. Always in character.
Always great.
They had the kind of looked like the fucking guy from House, like the Skull Cowboy.
Yeah.
But wearing a Santa suit. He's dancing around. That motherfucker's high energy.
Yeah, because he was dancing before, and then we got out.
He's still dancing.
He's still dancing. Then we got out of the second floor. Motherfucker
Still
still. I wanted to go do the electric slide with him. You know.
They had the Santa walking around with the. There were a bunch of line creepers.
Yeah,
like case in point.
And you know what? The line creeper costuming was better than any of the other Christmas time costumes that I saw. I remember a few years ago they had that 7-foot tall Santa out there that just looked ridiculous. There's one thing that stuck out, in my mind, and all the costuming was on point. It was really fun.
All the costuming was really good. Even with the masks.
Mm-hmm.
They had a couple of characters from Nightmare Before Christmas
done really well. Done very, very well.
Yeah, they had the mayor McCheese walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, they even had that Jack Skellington kind of dude.
Kind of dude in the first. Yeah.
And one of the little devil kids, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. So really cool, really well done.
Right. Well, and you know what? I want to mention that. It's not often that I've been to a haunt that does a character from a movie well, and they did it very well.
You mean like Jason's Woods when we had
Midget Jason?
Midget Jason.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jay.
I don't know if, just give him the benefit of the doubt, if the guy who plays Jason was sick that night. This was years ago, so the motherfucker didn't get the Rona, so you can't blame it on that.
True.
Right? But as a haunt, I know we're going to go down the rabbit hole, because that was just fucking ridiculous. That's still one of my worst experiences at a fucking haunt. I want to say, what is it about fucking Lancaster, bro? Jason's Woods and Field of fucking Screams always disappoint me for different reasons, but just as a haunt owner, and that's why I would love to interview another haunt owner and ask about this, about typecasting, right? Because say, again, give him the benefit of the doubt, that Jason was sick that night. The guy who played Jason was sick that night. Maybe this motherfucker's 6'4", 250, right?
Oh,
maybe he's fucking great. But if Jason's sick that night, and this little motherfucker that can't be, now I'm only like 5'9", depending on what gas station I'm walking out of, right? So if I tell you that somebody is short, you could take that shit to the bank, right? Because I ain't exactly 6'5", whatever. So as a haunt owner, for quality control, I don't care how overzealous this little, knee-high PI ran into your office saying, "Oh, I want to play Jason. I want to play Jason." The first words out of your mouth should be, "Fuck you, you're Chucky. Here, take the overalls."
Exactly.
Right?
Take the striped shirt and the overalls.
Know your place, right? Anyhow, I digress. But to give props to Brighton Asylum.
Just do what Reapers does. Just have a like a standee. Just a standee with the proper clothes on. It just stands there. Just leave it.
Yep. I guess Jason's sick, right?
Or just don't do it.
That's
what anyway.
What a thought. Anyhow,
we're
getting
off Brighton right now.
I still want to know that question though.
Which?
I wonder if it's in like some of the guidelines. What I asked you last night. You guys stand 6 feet apart. Do midgets get to stand 3 feet apart? It's a legitimate fucking question. Anyhow,
it's twice as much distance,
right? So anyhow, the only reason we bring that up is to say that when Brighton does a character, it is done very well. And I really haven't been to a lot of haunts that can do a movie monster, so to speak.
Right. We
very
still
well.
haven't. To be fair, Brighton does a Thursday slasher Thursday during their haunt season.
Mm-hmm.
They do it a couple times, and we have not been to one of those. So one day,
absolutely,
one day, but not today.
Not today.
So yeah, the costuming was on point. Everybody was dressed in an appropriately Santa's helper, elf / mental patient type, type thing. The sets were basically all the same as last time,
but Christmased out.
Right, Christmased out. You know, the garland and wreaths and Christmas lights and different things.
Santa hats, little costuming.
Right.
And
like I said, the costuming was on point.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, shout out to Devontae, who who we saw in one of the areas of the house.
Yep.
And
scared the crap out of our guest, who we brought with us unbiased,
Yep. Unbiased
third
to
yeah,
to see what things were going. Yeah.
yeah, and on point.
Yep. And
And with that being said, I was really happy with the amount of actors they had last night.
yeah, definitely
More
than
than Halloween.
Yeah, during the Halloween haunt season, probably due to the reduced capacity.
Right.
And the fact that the capacity of patrons going through is going to be less now
Right.
than during the Halloween season, so you can have more actors.
Right.
So yeah, definitely felt like there were more live actors there.
Right.
Spacing was really good as always.
Yeah, spacing was great until the fucking patrons fuck it up, and that's no fault of Brighton.
No. We had a dad and his kids sprinting up behind us.
Right, and then at that point though,
We let them run past.
I even said, I was like, dude, why don't we let them go ahead of us?
Yep.
Which we did.
And the dad apologized. He was
He was
like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
freaking cool. So I guess maybe I fucked up after that because I
No, you didn't.
wanted to give us time to let those motherfuckers sprint a little further ahead. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. 10, 9,
Yep.
8.
We gave him a good 10-second
Good 10-second lead. And within another room or two, we had more sprinters. And then we saw that we were going to run into them.
It wasn't even that. No, you're.
No?
I think you're misremembering. Yeah, we got to a certain point in the haunt. Around, there's a junkyard section,
Mhm.
like right before that, where we actually saw one of the things resetting.
Right. And
Which
then
is never a good sign because we gave these people who are running a 10-second lead. So
Yeah.
they were the only people in front of us. So I figured either it mistriggered
Right.
or we were catching up.
Astro!
So, come to find out, within the next room or two, to put it that way,
Yeah.
that saw the people that were sprinting up in front of us, and we're like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, you were sprinting, now you're Scooby-Doo walking?
Mhm.
And then when we went a little further, we saw that, no, they'd caught up
To
to
people
the
in front of
people
them.
in front of them.
Right.
So, those people
And-
were really creeping.
And we also heard really closely behind us
Right.
something being set off, so we knew that sprinters
Right.
were coming back up.
Yeah. So people were, but they weren't necessarily sprinting because, again, we stopped for 10 seconds.
Mhm.
So even if they're given a 30-second lead time,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got closer to us, and then we were catching up to these other people,
By
slowing
default.
down a little,
Right.
and then I don't think they were sprinting. I think they were just catching up to us by default
Mm-hmm.
because the guy and his kid hit the group in front of us,
Right.
which we would have wound up running into them because I saw them
Mhm.
when we saw the guy and his kid. So, yeah,
Those are the things that the haunt can't help.
right. Unless you have a lot of choke points with your employees pushing people through
Mm-hmm.
and slowing people down, which takes an incredible amount of coordination
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like, they'd have to really be listening to the next section over.
Now,
And,
now on the second floor, in the actress. I don't know if you're supposed to just say actor for everybody, but whatever. I'm trying to be PC, for fuck's sake.
I think actor is generally
considered right.
Yeah, but it's also generally considered male.
Right.
It is a general
Well,
thing,
you know
I
what?
believe, but
If you tell me what one of my bills she's paying this month, I'll give more of a fuck. Anyhow, I think in her defense, how's that?
Okay.
In her defense, I think that was supposed to be a choke point, but I think that, if you say something to me that's off color, I'm gonna one up you, and I think that I really friggin' disturbed her with my reply.
you absolutely offended her.
So she said, "Get the fuck."
You
just
absolutely
fucking get the
offended
fuck
her.
out.
But
Yeah.
but the thing is, she choked us.
Right.
But then she let the people behind us, who I saw coming in,
Go right through.
out of the corner of my eye as she was telling us to fuck off
Right.
because of you. She calling you rude and crude and
Yeah,
nasty.
Like,
I
hey,
was
you started it.
like,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
like the first, like, it was so good. What did she say? I don't remember what she said.
She said, "Can I wear your face?
Oh,
It would look better on me."
And then what was your reply to that?
Well, you only got 2 options. It's either in you or on you.
Yeah, and that took her by surprise because she stopped and stuttered a little bit,
Right, yeah.
and then she, well, aren't you nasty?
Yeah, I'm like, you started it.
I called him rude and got you. As we were leaving the room, she was still going. She was still going. So I was like, I think you really offended her. I really think you hit a nerve.
Which is tough to do if you're trying to play a homicidal maniac.
That's true.
Right.
So yeah, she choked us, but I think she didn't bother choking the people behind us because
Maybe I had her too flustered.
maybe they were catching up.
Right.
But again, not the haunt's fault.
Right.
You know, people move at different
Yeah,
speeds.
that one's my bad.
People move at different speeds. But yeah, the sets were pretty much the same, but holiday up.
Yep. Which
actors were on point, all stayed in character.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That's the one thing that I can say. Aside from me and my just fucking no filter.
She didn't really
break character. She kind of got offended in her stage voice
in
character. Yeah. Which is that kudos. So yeah, I gotta say, man, I mean, and also in their defense, it's like Brighton sets are so elaborate and the attention to detail is so on point.
You're not really tearing those down.
You can't tear those down just to put up something completely different for one weekend a year, or or
no,
you
absolutely
can't do
not.
that.
And
So-
I will tell you that no haunt that I've been to that's holiday themed has ever redone their haunt
Right. Completely for a holiday.
They usually just holiday it up.
Right.
Some snow, some garlands, some wreaths, some
And when we did
wrapping
Bennett's,
some
and
bodies
Bennett's
in-
Curse really didn't even do shit in that regard at all.
They had some
They had
hanging
some
hearts and some red
that's-
lights.
for the Valentine's Day, but they had nothing.
Yeah.
Not even a little evil midget dressed as Cupid. That's what I was waiting for through the whole fucking haunt. Anyhow, this is about Brighton, and Brighton did theirs very well.
Yeah. So the main reason we went to Brighton, very few choices anyway, but Brighton was also our top haunt of the season.
Yeah,
So-
them and the Dent Schoolhouse were pretty neck and neck.
And Netherworld.
And
right up
yeah,
there.
but Netherworld,
You didn't get.
I didn't get to go to, but I take your word for it because you know.
Yeah. So those 3 were definitely the top of the season, but I think Brighton eked them out by half a point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Dent did something the weekend before, but again, commitments couldn't do it.
Our crazy asses would have driven.
Oh yeah.
To see Dent.
To see
To
Dent's
see Krampus.
Krampus. Yeah. You know, they also had a photo op at Brighton at the end.
Very
where-
safe. Very for all you germaphobes and China virus freaking
Well, then
out.
stay home.
Then
Stay.
they did it very safe.
If you're that worried, stay.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They did it very safe. They, but it was. But remember, again, it was something. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting the owner's name. Super cool fucking dude.
Absolutely.
We got to properly introduce ourselves one of these days because
Yeah.
he just knows us as the obnoxious assholes
Yeah,
that do the haunt reviews.
that rank on everybody else.
Right.
The other haunt reviews.
But super cool fucking
the other
dude.
people hunting for haunts.
Yeah, and this is true. Do you gotta get a permit for that?
What?
Well, you gotta get a permit to hunt deer. You gotta get
True.
a permit to hunt haunts.
I should have asked them for their tags.
Yep.
See their haunt tag.
But it was just like we were discussing with him, something that, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you don't do it, people are going to be disappointed. So I wanted to get my picture with the evil Santa, or you get the other people, how can you do this? You're going to turn this place into a super spreader.
That's because people can't just mind
Calm
their
yourself.
business.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want to get a picture, don't get a fucking
How about if you're that worried? If you're that worried,
stay the
stay
fuck home. Yeah.
you know, nobody's making you come out to the haunt.
Novel concept.
Right. I'm like, hey, I don't think that's safe. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep.
But
we digress. Bottom
again,
line,
and again,
they did very, very, very well.
Yes, they did.
again, I was not expecting the second floor to be open, so that was a really cool, like, Easter egg kind of thing that, you know.
Little extra treat.
Yeah. You know, and I know that the second floor isn't as big as the first floor, but
no, nowhere near.
But I almost want to say that they even improved their attention to detail on the second floor.
Yeah, there are definitely sections that
are gorgeous.
Really,
yeah,
really pretty.
Yeah.
So again, same gripes about Brighton still remain. Again, we had our third take point in some spots, and you know, almost walked out the exits and into the actors area, for lack of a better thing. That's the one thing that they could improve, even though it's better this season than it has been in previous seasons, which is why we gave them such a high mark.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, because they did make improvements to it,
yeah.
but still
and,
a little.
And I also got to say, just off the, you know, in general, same thing, same reason we love going to 13th Hour. The people who own these haunts are cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way with us. You know, the dude is a super cool fucking dude. He loves what he does. You can tell that he's passionate. You can tell that he likes knowing people are having fun. He cares that people are enjoying the haunt. And that goes a long fucking way, dude.
Absolutely.
It really, really, really
and
does.
and he's super enthusiastic to make it better and better and better and better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
so
know?
just like the way we love going to 13th Hour, because Steve's the same way.
Yep.
You know, it has such a passion for what he does. Super fucking cool dude.
Always making changes, always trying to make things better.
Yep. So if you all can, I know we have a tendency to go off on tangents and ramble and you know,
rants
and but fuck that, rants are funny. Yeah, I don't care. Pull a Larry the Cable Guy. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. Yeah, but if you can go, if you have the ability, if you're in the general vicinity, definitely check it out. You got one more weekend.
Friday and Saturday.
Yep, and I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday. I got to check, but 13th Hour is. You know, they're very close to each other, so you could even do a twofer. Yeah. Because 13th Hour is going to do one night,
just one night. Yep.
By all means, check it out. Two of our consistently favorite haunts, both in production value and you know, who owns the place. You know, super fucking cool dudes.
Yep.
So definitely go support them if you have the ability, because let's face it, this year wasn't exactly easy on any business owner. So
support local businesses, right?
Yeah.
Small businesses, local businesses.
If they're assholes, fuck it, let them burn.
I mean,
these guys are really cool
these
fucking
are
dudes.
Also seasonal businesses.
Yeah.
You know, they only get to do business.
Yeah, but still, if they were assholes, I'd still say let them fucking burn.
Let them burn.
Yeah.
6 weeks a year.
But we really like these dudes. They really deserve to be appreciated for everything they put into their establishments. And if we could help them stay afloat through this shit time, you know, definitely happy to do so.
So no, don't say goodbye yet, motherfucker.
No.
Last but not least, rating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Look at that.
Oh shit. You know, again, it's tough to exactly put a rating on something that's not a Halloween theme.
Right.
You know.
But just put the rating on the haunt in general. I mean, you know, costuming themes, the same things we go through for Halloween.
Yeah. Brighton is always up within a 9.5. I'm gonna go 8.5 only because we missed out on a really cool part of the haunt that I really wanted to see done in a different fashion.
Yep.
Because again, that was one of the coolest parts added to the Halloween haunt.
Yep. And I'm completely with you. I'm going with an 8.5 this year as well for their Santa sleigh.
Yeah.
They did score a 9.5 in their regular. If you didn't get to go during the season, you'll probably have a 9 or 9.5 experience.
Yeah.
We're nitpicking and taking a little bit of points away just because we're missing a little bit of the haunt that we saw before.
That was a really big selling point.
Yeah. That was so super cool.
Yeah.
And something we'd never seen before anywhere else.
Yeah.
So,
true story.
Really enjoyed that.
Cool.
Anyway, There's your review.
And in pure Haunt Nation fashion, we did subject ourselves to another shit fucking movie after The Haunt. We are done with Dead Eye Willem Dafoe series, aka the Robert the Doll series.
For now.
For now, until they make, Robert in Space, Robert X.
75th sequel.
The
Robert versus Jason.
Right, Robert and the Toy Maker, get Corona. And they find out that actually in that book, along the spells, there's a spell to cure Corona.
They could do like the Velveteen Rabbit with Robert. He just passes him around and gives everybody Corona.
and in the book of spells is a cure for the Rona. So instead of the Nazis or the Russians chasing them, they're going to be the Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese will get it.
You give us book now. Anyhow, that's for next time. So stay tuned if you want to hear about another really shit horror movie that you can.
Rather crap.
Yeah, that you could waste an hour and a half on. So until next time.
See you guys.